Yep, go. Hey, Badass, how are you tonight? I am so glad to see you. Please say hi in the comments and tell me what you're enjoying tonight. I see that we have a couple folks, and so again, would love to connect and chat. So the big thing that we're working on tonight is a gluten-free summer spa salad, and here's why. When we have to become gluten-free, there's so many grains out there, and ones that we're unfamiliar with. How do we cook them? What do they taste like? What do they go with? With some of them, how do you even pronounce them? So what we're going to work with today is buckwheat, which I have to admit sounds a little crazy because it has the word wheat in it. And I can assure you it is 100% gluten-free. Not sure who the idiot was who decided to name it buckwheat, but it is actually a seed and the cousin of rhubarb. But it's very, very good. So the key thing here is that the other problem I think with gluten-free grains, and that makes them really hard, is they take a very long time to cook. And so what I did is, thanks to my sister's suggestion, and how many good ideas have come from my sister or from your sister or your brother. They're amazing what they can suggest. She said you should try an Instant Pot. She loves them, and she said it'll cook it so much faster. And it is true. And as busy badasses, we don't have time to be just, doing nothing. We really need our food to be cooked quickly. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to learn, I think, two really important rules about gluten-free grains. All right, the first rule is never let them party alone. Okay, one gluten-free grain on its own tastes bland. It's worse than standing in a long line at the post office. It's so boring. And so what you always want to do is have at least one extra. So we're going to have today, we're going to have buckwheat and we're going to have millet. All right, we're going to pour it into our Instant Pot. And we are going to add some key ingredients, because the second rule of gluten-free grains is that you want to infuse them with a lot of flavor. And you can do that sometimes after they're cooked, but in this recipe, we're going to do it while it's cooking. All right. Now, we don't want these little friends to all be sticking to each other all the time, so we're going to add some olive oil, and we, of course, want our basic salt and pepper. Oh, and just so you know, the recipe is going to be posted tonight at wickedlywholesome.com. And let's see what else. Oh, okay, so here's a key thing. We need the juice of half of a lemon. And so we're going to squeeze that in there, because really, what says summer more than just lemon? And it's going to make these grains just taste like a symphony in your mouth. But whenever you're going to use citrus in something and you really want that citrus flavor, the juice isn't enough. So whether that's oranges, grapefruits, limes, lemons, and you want to get a little bit of this rind. In fact, not a little bit, you want all of it. All right, so we're going to put that in there. And let me get a little bit more. Hey, so out of curiosity, one thing I'm really trying to plan here, and the salad is going to be a part of it, is a spa day, a nice self-care day. And I think that's part of what keeps us strong and keeps us very good badasses. And you know what? I don't want to go spend $1,000 and, or whatever amount, several $100s at a real spa, but I do want to eat like I'm there. And so this salad is going to do it. The key part of one of my spa day, there's lots of different activities, but the one I have to have is a massage. And ideally by a very handsome gentleman. And so my question for you is, what's an essential part of your spa day? I would love to hear, because sometimes I like to read. Sometimes I like to do, I'm sorry, my daughter's in the other room and just made me laugh, which is perfectly fine. But I like to read. I like to play tennis. I do have a very nice golf outfit on today. I'm just starting to learn to play golf, which is super fun. All right, so we have all our ingredients in here. All right, and what's beautiful about this, don't you like the little happy noise it makes? Just out of curiosity, do you have an Instant Pot? I have to say it's worth the investment. It's under $100. I think Prime Day is this weekend on Amazon, and you can probably get one an even better deal. All right, So with our millet and our buckwheat, we only need 7 minutes. So we just press the pressure, cook button. It's going to warm itself up. I know, and it tells me, hey, I heard you. I want it to heat up now. And then it eventually, we want to make sure our little friend over here is over on sealing. And we're going to let it cook. And while that cooks, we're going to actually assemble the salad. And so key aspects of a salad. It needs to be hearty. It needs to make me feel like I've actually eaten something. Another aspect is I love vegetables, but I'm not eating a salad unless there's some fat on it. So we have some wonderful options to go with that. Another aspect is we want a variety of textures. So first, let's start with I already made some ahead of time for us, our lemony millet and buckwheat. And we are going to put this down here on our salad. We're going to spread it around. Yum, yum, yum. And look at all. So I put a serving of each, a quarter cup each of both the millet and the buckwheat. You can always use less, but again, I like my salads to fuel my badassery. Now, what's very important is we need some good protein as well. So I just went with some frozen cooked shrimp that already has the tails off. And I defrosted it in the sink by just letting some cold water run over it for 5 minutes gently, because then the water flows out. It keeps a nice flow of cold water, but it doesn't throw the shrimp out while we're at it. And we're going to decorate our grains so nicely with some shrimp. And I just put some Sweet Baby Ray's on it. I want that extra dimension of flavor. And Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce is gluten-free, so I don't have to worry. All right, now I want something sweet on here. And I prefer, makes me feel like I'm in a spa, is when I have something that's from the Southern Hemisphere. So I picked mangoes. You might like guava, or you might want papaya, or you can put anything you want on it. But I prefer some nice mango. And again, spreading it all over, so nice. All right, now here's where we need some crunch, okay? If everything's all soft, then it kind of tastes like baby food. So we need something a little crunchy in there. And I just chopped up a little bit of fennel. I do appreciate kind of that licorice flavor. If you don't, then you can totally put in, say, some very small dice of jicama or of kohlrabi. And those are very good. And particularly now in the summer, kohlrabi is quite plentiful and not that expensive, which is always a fabulous combination. Now, I put some green onions. I'm not the biggest fan of like just tons of onion flavor, so I just use the green tops. Again, feel free to do the white parts as well. And I'm gonna put that on. Now, here's the part that I think is just the best, is the avocado. Again, that would be, we have all these wonderful, wholesome ingredients. And I think, we could probably argue that an avocado is both wholesome and wicked, but all that wonderful fat, but it is heart-healthy fat. And we're going to just slice that up. Now, two things we're going to do with our avocado, because we want it to be super tasty and we want it to continue looking good while we, lounge and drink a little wine and read a book or binge on Netflix or something like that, is we're going to put a little more lemon on there. So I'm just going to put this back on my plate here. And I'm just going to scoop this out. So nice little items here. All right. And then we are going to squeeze just a little lemon on there. All right. And we are going to, let's make a little napkin here. And we're going to put some salt. Avocado without salt is just not good enough. Pop that over here. And we're going to put some avocado around here. Now, I'm curious, what is something really fun that has happened to you this week? For me, the most fun is going to be tomorrow. My daughter Catherine turns 9. And I have no idea where those first years went. But man, am I blessed and lucky to have her, as well as her older brother. But he was born on Christmas Eve, and we'll talk about that in December. All right, so Catherine, I know that you are hoping for some extra avocado here. Why don't you come grab it? You can grab a spoon. Yummy. And put some salt on it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How are you, babe?
Good.
Good. Kids were out swimming this afternoon with their dad because it is heat index is 96 here. And a couple weeks ago, it was still kind of in the 60s. So it's been a bit of an adjustment, but thank goodness for that. Okay, so what we have here is this amazing, badass, wickedly wholesome, delicious salad that will fuel you through your wonderful spa day. And I definitely want you to take great care of yourself because you are unique and special, and we need your special badassery in the world. All right, if you have any questions when you're making the salad or you want to trade ideas on how to make it even better, please be in touch. You can reach me at Maureen at wickedlywholesome.com or on Facebook or on Instagram. Oh, and if you would please, we are trying to build up our subscriber base in YouTube. And we need 1,000 so that we can stream live on there as well. And so if you would be willing to go over there and press subscribe and that little bell that tells you about notifications, that would be awesome. And please be sure to like us today. And I really want you to become a cookie tester. If you weren't a part of that last time, we sent out our snickerdoodle cookies and asked people, what are they like? Are they good enough to sell? They got a ranking of 9 out of 10. And we've got a number of other cookies. In fact, we had 64 different kind of cookies suggested to us to start making next. And the top one is peanut butter. So my question for you, if you wouldn't mind writing in the comments here, is do you want peanut butter, just regular peanut butter cookie? Or do you want peanut butter with chocolate chips? Or do you want both? I want both, but I don't want to influence your decision. You decide. All right. So just so we know here, this little friend is going to finish cooking. But meanwhile, I am going to wish you a wonderful night and take care.